Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With special guests 3 Doors Down. And Mammoth WVH. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Creed returns, the Summer of '99 tour.
It's time! Get it down!
Bane drives.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Close, he hits and the Grizzlies have the lead.
Yeah!
Jarrett with a knockaway.
Good defense!
Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting.
That's no show! Let's go!
There's nothing like playoff basketball.
Boy, nothing like playoff basketball in Memphis.
The atmosphere of a Grizzlies playoff game is super exciting.
Oh my God, it's absolutely electric. I love seeing the crowd out.
Everybody's just screaming their heads off. You feel like you're in a movie.
People are down here. Everyone's got on their Grizz gear.
The city's excited. Everybody's excited to watch. There's really nothing like it, and I really can't wait.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
We touched on this earlier, the panel here, about what really has been the mainstay of the Grizzlies, and that's Jaren Jackson Jr. Trip has just been awesome.
He's posting guys up. He's stronger than he's ever been. He's physical, and he's scoring all type of ways.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
We will get into all things Grizzlies, but first and foremost, a big congratulations to the Memphis Tigers for locking up at least a share of the AAC title. First time since joining the American Athletic Conference that they are regular season conference champs.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The new issue of Slam, the cover dropped, and it is our friend Jaren Jackson Jr. on the cover.
And shout out to you, Lane.
Yeah.
You kept, I mean, we knew about it, but you kept this a secret the whole time. So shout out to you for
I wrote
putting
this story.
together.
We did the photo shoot a couple weeks ago here on a Sunday afternoon in the practice court. The Sneak Fest show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
Here we go!
It's noon on GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It is the Monday, April 21st, 2025 edition of the show. Today on the show, we got 10 things from the weekend, and oh man, what a weekend it was. First, the Grizzlies made the playoffs by winning their play-in game since we last spoke. Turned around, went to Oklahoma City, and got beat by 50. We will go through what took place in Game 1 and what needs to change for Game 2. Hint, everything. We'll go through every other NBA Game 1 that has taken place so far. NFL Draft is this week. WrestleMania was this weekend. We got a ton of news and notes to get to. 10 things from the weekend coming up. Let's do it. Turn it up. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good day. All right, we got a ton of stuff to get to, not the least of which is the NBA playoffs and what took place yesterday. In the words of the great Bubba Dub, trash. Before I get to anything, I'll welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Ranger, the Body Spray Bandit, Senior Sec, Johnny Backpole, Johnny Bearcat, the Grim Roser, John Asparagus, Johnny Net Carb, Dr. Thunder.
For a second?
He's Yogi Roser.
I watched 3 awesome Western Conference playoff games this weekend. There were 3 amazing games that took place this weekend.
Devin Walker's here. He's the microphone mangler, Senor Quasadilla, Mr. Math, Navajo Joe, the reporter, the photographer, he sure is. He's Walker 93.
Hey, man.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah, bro.
The sun's not out.
Yeah, the mustard seed's still here, Verno. The faith of a mustard seed is still here. We're standing on that today.
It got pissed on yesterday.
My mustard seed did. They took a long drizzle on my mustard seed yesterday. But it's still here, baby.
Talk amongst yourselves.
We're still here, baby.
Well, let's do 10 things.
I love 10 things.
I know.
Screw you, Roser. Screw you and your 14th pick. Screw you, your 14th pick, and everything about everybody that stands for it.
There is no talking about the 14th pick anymore.
Oh, I know.
That is over and done.
But look.
We are in the playoffs.
We are in the playoffs.
Oh, are we ever?
I mean, kind of.
We're there. We're playing.
Said I watched 3 Western Conference playoff games this weekend that were great. I don't think that was a game.
Stop saying that, bro.
Number 1, the Grumpy Grizzly. Oh, it has returned, and it is the playoff version of the Grumpy Grizzly. Now, I am going to start with a positive.
What?
Yeah, you heard it.
I want you to try.
I'm going to make you feel better about life. You ready? You guys want to take a guess? No, don't take a guess.
Yeah,
you're talking.
Here, we're starting with a positive today, and then we're going to get into what took place. The positive is this.
Didn't we win the fourth quarter?
No.
Oh, I thought we won the fourth quarter.
No.
We won. We were up.
We lost it by 2.
We're up 9-6 at one point.
The positive is
Marvin Bagley.
Against all odds. Against all odds. The Grizzlies are now in a position where they could lose a game by 50 points and it would not be the worst playoff loss we have seen. You can lose by 50 and it's not the worst. That's impossible.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, bro.
Dude, surely we won't lose by more than 51, right? John Morant said after the game, we'll never play that bad again. And I was like, thanks, man.
I thought you were about to go. Are you sure?
I agree with John. I agree.
We'll never play. Really?
We will never lose by 50 in a playoff game. Ever.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel good.
That's the positive. Right?
That makes me feel really good. Do you guys know if it's common to come back from 35-point deficits in Finland?
No, but
was my guy Isolo just going to stand there with his hands on his hips until we went down by 100?
No, it's not hands on the hip. He does this thing. He does the hands fold.
I'm like, can you bring back in the point guard?
Yeah, like
we haven't scored in 5 minutes, and the lead was 6, and now it's 30.
And John was just sitting there. I tweeted it. I was like, can we please put John Moran?
Yeah.
We went to a commercial.
Yeah,
we went to a commercial break, came back, and he was still sitting.
Yeah, we might have only lost by 37 if they had put him back in.
But like when the run happens, you gotta stop that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Well, like because at some point, and look, this is they are a disgrace for what took place yesterday. The only thing I have ever told you that you have the expectation of as a fan. If it's not good enough, it's not good enough. For you to let go of the rope and for you to not give your best effort, I tell you this all the time, right? There's times where I go to these soccer games all the time with my daughter, right? And she'll get in the car and she'll think I'm going to be mad that she didn't score or something. And I'm like, I've told you guys this 1,000 times. All I care about is that you play as hard as you can. The only time I'm ever going to yell at you is if I think you're not playing hard. That's it. That's it. It's the only thing that I value. If you're going to leave it all out there and it's not good enough, you can sleep at night. Right? Yeah. That's what they say. I didn't fail, I fell. I didn't fail, I fell. And the trick is, did I get back up? And they didn't get back up. They fell, and then they just got stomped.
Yeah, we got punched in the mouth, and then we literally just
you quit, bro. You threw.
They quit. They quit.
You quit.
You laid on the mat.
It was about 4 minutes into the second quarter. They
and
quit.
If that is like you are now. It is so much more than a gut check. It's an organization check in game 2. Because you can do all this cockamamie, culture, this is what we're built on, this is what we believe in, whatever. When push came to shove and you got punched in the mouth, you laid down. You said, I don't want this.
Yeah, that ain't what the
you
city's
didn't come
about,
back. You didn't come back and fight. Nobody respects that, bro.
Not in this city.
Nobody respects that. The only thing we care about is that you give it everything you got. If you're not good up, let's be honest. They can give it everything they've got, and they're not beating the Thunder. They're not good enough. Anybody can see that. Anybody. We don't have as good of players as the Thunder. We don't have as good a unity as the Thunder. We don't have as good a coach as the Thunder. We don't have as good a star as the Thunder. Like, these things are all true, okay? But that doesn't mean that you have to get embarrassed. That is and then the feeling that you're not embarrassed. That's what made it so much worse to me. Yeah. Why are you embarrassed? Like, this is shameful. This is shameful what is taking place. You got a lot of people that care about this team. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
These guys get paid hundreds of millions of dollars. What are you doing? What is this? What is this? And you can make every excuse in the world. Oh, well, they had a hard-fought game on Friday night, and then they had the quick travel and the quick turnaround.
You don't lose by 51.
You don't lose by 51. Stop. No. Like, there's nothing you can explain to me that is going to justify the fact that you got beat by 51.
Yeah, the reason that I've heard that. I've heard that too.
That's
the
baloney.
short no, it's bull crap. You know why it's bull crap? I watched the Miami Heat last night, and they lost by 21. But guess what? The game's between 6 and 12, like the entire time.
Whole game.
They're not 51 points. They're not 51 points better.
And guess what? They just weren't better than the Cavs last night. But they played.
That is, dude, look. 50. So when you're down by 60 or whatever they were down by, that only happens because you let go of the rope.
Yeah.
That's it. You let go of the rope, and you didn't have anybody rally it back together. None of your stars. What am I paying you $150, $200, $300 million for? Because when push came to shove, one of y'all has to step up. Yeah. One of y'all has to be the voice. One of y'all has to say something. Because you literally have a guy who's in the NBA for the first time on the sideline. And I'm not gonna bust up Isolo so much because he's in a tough spot. Like, not only is he coaching in the NBA for the first time, he doesn't even have a run-up of a regular season. And now he's thrown into the playoffs to prepare for the best team in the world in the Western Conference. And it's like, what do you expect? What do you expect? Like, this isn't training wheel stuff.
Training wheels you need thrown into the fire.
Yeah, this is. I mean, and here's the deal. So he's never been in these situations. He's never been in these scenarios. He's never coached in the playoffs, even as an assistant before. And in the end, it obviously clearly when something like that, as devastating as that happens, and you get decapitated in the way that they did, it makes you question literally everything. Yeah. Like, they've already blamed the coach. That's already happened. That already happened, right? And I'll tell you this. If I'm the GM, I'm sitting there going, you know what, man? I might have should have just wrote that out. Because you needed things to change dramatically. Once you blame somebody and you say the reason things are the way they are because of this, you need things to change. You need it to flip. Dramatically. Yeah. You need it to flip. Yeah. Because if you got to the end of this line and you got mangled, then to get to the offseason and you could say it was the coach. Right. Now you have just given us evidence it wasn't the coach.
Yep.
That's what that is. You can't tell me the coach is the problem. Yeah. And you just played in your first playoff game and you lost by 50. Like, that's out. That's out. But you did that. Right? You can't get rid of the players. So, like, you decided the coach is the issue.
Yeah.
Again, hindsight is better than 50-50 or 20-20. And you need to go back and you need to decide, I'm just going to let this ride out. Whatever will be, will be. And then when it comes to the offseason, you can say, look, the coach is the problem. But you pulled the plug on the coach, so now you're letting us all see if the coach was the problem.
Yep. Yeah. And now you finna
how can you tell me the coach was the problem?
Now you got
right
on your face.
Yeah. Our last 2 playoff games, we lost by 91 points.
Yeah. And that's just quitting.
Yeah. Game 6 against the Lakers and yesterday.
That's somebody you got punched in the face, and you've got the opportunity to either get back up and keep swinging, you've got the opportunity to just tell your corner to throw in the white flag.
Yep. Or tuck your tail and lay down.
Yes, and you did. And that's what we don't respect.
Yeah, no.
We don't respect that, bro.
Yeah.
We're not with that. We're again, we have been totally fair with this team all year long. It's when you're starting 2 rookies, it's not good enough not to compete in this Western Conference. So it was never gonna be good enough. Yeah. We saw that a long time ago, right? But it's good enough to compete. That's all I care about. Compete, bro. And that's not that. Don't tell me that's competing.
You can't wear
that's
Memphis
competing.
Across your,
come on.
You can't wear Memphis across your chest.
They could play the friggin' Wizards and not beat them by 51. Yeah. Seriously, you could have put Bub Carrington and the Wizards out there, and they would not have lost by 51. That's an absurd thing to happen.
It is.
In an NBA playoff game, hell yeah.
And it only happens if you lay down. And look, you know the way this works. Coach is gone, so now it's like, now who? This is going to be blame game all over again. And the other thing is this. I tell you this. This morning, I got up, got my coffee, looked on the internet, went to go walk my dog, and I was like, you know what? Here's 20 minutes. I'm just going to go out. Me and Charlie going to go for a walk. And I'm just going to clear my mind. It's kind of nice outside, even though the allergies have been getting to me. I'm just going to go walk my dog. And I'm going to just it's a little zen, right? Look, the world's still spinning. Everything's going to be okay. This all sucks. But now I'm just going to go walk my dog and I'm going to enjoy my peace of quiet. And hand on the Bible. I am walking down my street, and the guy pulls up in a pickup truck, and he's going down the street. And I'm like, come on, Charlie, we got to get out of the way. So we go to the side of the road, right? Because we're just walking down the road. We pull on the side of the road. All of a sudden, the pickup truck pulls up next to me, rolls down the window. Hey, Chris! I'm like, what? Hey, Chris! I was like, hey, man. He's like, hope you don't have tickets to Game 5. I was like, you serious? You serious?
Yeah, he was serious. I mean, I got clowned with my friends with the Hornets a lot yesterday. This is the Hornets, by the way. They put me in a group chat and decided, hey, are you all right? You having fun watching your team get beat? I said, shut up. Don't do this. Like, I'm not gonna get trolled by y'all. This is what yesterday was. On Easter Sunday, in front of everybody's family, bro. We got whooped. I was at the watch party.
At least we're not homeless.
At least we're not homeless. Shout out to the fans that stayed at the watch party, by the way. And I'll tell you, the people at the watch party, they stayed there from the beginning tip to the end. They did not move.
That's because they didn't want to go be with their family and get clowned.
Yeah,
that's true. Shout out to y'all. By the way, another watch party tomorrow night across town. But they stayed there. Like those people, they felt like, yo, these folks ain't fighting for us, bro.
They're not fighting. You represent it.
Fight for us.
You're wearing a shirt that says "For the M."
Win for the M. Who are you fighting for? Who are you fighting for, bro?
Those shirts are terrible, by the way.
Rosie, you don't get to make style.
No, I can't on those shirts. They look like they look like somebody sells them on the corner out there.
Wow. I'm not gonna let you do that.
Look like you can buy them. And you know the guys got all the T-shirts in Wrigleyville.
Wow.
They kind of look like that.
I mean, come on, bro.
I know.
I saw you.
Oh, how bad did you want one of those Thunder shirts they were wearing yesterday?
What did they say?
You would love one.
Oh no, I hate making the fans wear the T-shirts.
Why?
Yeah, don't put T-shirts on the chairs and make fans.
They were all wearing them.
They love to.
Nobody gets better T-shirt participation.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Them and the Pacers. Their fans love it too.
And let me go ahead and say this. Now look, I'll say this to the 16 Thunder fans that watch us on a regular basis too, because they're probably loving this. I'll say this.
Oh, Daily Thunder is loving it.
You are. I need to issue a big time congratulations. I'm serious. Noon on Easter Sunday, that place was a hornet's nest. That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
There was an unbelievable atmosphere.
Their crowd was so lit, bro.
Their crowd was, that is a noon Easter Sunday game, and that crowd was all in from the tip. Yeah. From the tip. They were great.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. And it is, honestly, it's my only saving grace because of the things that I have said about the Thunder in the past. My only saving grace is that there's like 16 of them, right? So it's like the same 16 people that are like, hey, asshole, do you like that? How you like the 51 on your head? You know, like, okay.
Girth Brooks,
all right.
yeah,
I see that.
Yeah.
All right. Now I gotta wait for the other 15 to hit me up. You know what I mean?
They always find you. They always find you.
They go to the public library to tweet me.
They got cell phones.
Look,
shout out to Thunder fans, man.
Look, and you know what? I will say their crowd was absolutely unbelievable. They get amazing participation on the on everybody wearing the T-shirts and everything. And the Grizzlies are a disgrace. That's a disgrace, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Honestly, it's truly disgraceful. To quit is disgraceful.
There's nothing X's and O's to talk about.
If you lose, I don't even have anything to say.
No, I don't.
What do you want me to say? Like, there's nothing to.
There's not any lies.
Bro, you were 6 of 34 from 3, and one of them was Marvin Bagley from half court.
Yeah.
At least he hooped though.
The only analysis thing, because that was a problem here. That was a problem in the regular season games where, dude, they turned the ball. They forced so many turnovers against us.
Yes,
and they scored. They scored. That's 5 games. They averaged 24 points off turnovers against us.
I thought about that yesterday when I was watching, and again, I haven't gone like deep analysis, but I think it's because we have one player that can dribble.
Yeah. And then when he gets rid of the ball, they just face guard him and don't want him to get the ball back.
Yeah. I think my opinion would be should do less dribbling when you're not good at it.
Yeah.
But then the problem is then we pick up our dribble and we try to pass it, and then they jump the pass.
Yeah. I think they gotta X out the whole little game plan of good shot, great shot, bro. Shoot the ball when you get open.
Because you may not. That's maybe the only time.
If you catch that mud,
like just shoot it.
Like ain't no swings, bro.
Well, and
it's swing and shoot.
And look, John Morant missed a bunch. He did miss a bunch of bunnies, right? Like he was 6 for 17, did not have a very good game, but he got to spots.
He got to his spots.
He got the other two.
Said he likes his shots.
The other two,
Jaren, you got Elmer Fudd guard. You my
bro,
dog.
5 for 25 between Dez and Jaren.
Yeah,
I mean that is come on, bro.
Jaren, come on, bro.
Like you are going to have to like they will not. It's going to be very difficult to dedicate to the core if that's the kind of results you're getting.
Yeah.
So there's. You look, they know. They know.
I hope they know.
Yeah, they know.
No, they know.
They will.
And again, like you're either gonna again compete, bro.
Yeah,
just compete.
Compete.
Because even
I know what the outcome of this is. I know what the outcome of this is. We all know what the outcome of this is.
Just fight.
It's fighting.
Yeah.
Go down swinging. You're in the ring. You're in the ring. You can't.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can't leave.
You
can't leave. These dudes jumped through the ropes.
They jumped through the rope.
They ran back to the locker room.
They said, "Hold on, bro. Hold on, I got you."
Oh,
we good. We got it. Y'all got it.
Yeah. Go down swinging.
Get in the ring.
Go down swinging.
Put them up, bro.
They were
Because Friday night.
Squabble up.
Squabble up.
Squabble up.
Squabble up, bro. Even if you get tagged, even if you look like Martin after you got beat up by Hearns. If you even look like Martin.
By the way, there should be a crowd towel. Squabble up.
Squabble up.
Squabble up.
I need that. Even if you got
Woke up looking for the broccoli.
I know, right?
High key.
If you wake up with the bumpy face, bro, it's fine, bro. At least you squabbled up, bro.
Right?
That's what I care about. The squabble up. Because Friday, when you made your run Friday, I know it was the Mavs. You made a run Friday. The Mavs punch you back. They punch back. And guess what you did? You were like, all right, bet. I'm going to punch back. I'm going to end this game.
And what was crazy?
You punch back, bro.
What was crazy is Friday, we didn't even get to talk about that. Friday was an unbelievable environment at the Forum.
Great atmosphere.
Like, truly great. It was very reminiscent of old-style playoff games.
Yeah,
it was great. But look, now you have the opportunity, like, you got to sit there and marinate on this till Tuesday night.
Yeah.
John Morant, to his word. Number 2, you got Ja, Jaren, and Dez. Ja was 6 of 17. Dez and Jaren were 5 of 25 and 1 of 10 from 3.
Whoa.
Like, this franchise has decided that you're the guys. Your GM has said that 1,000 times. It's built out around you. Now, have they done a proper job of building out around you? I would say no. I would say the fact that our center and our small forward have gotten progressively worse 3 years later after we were first making playoff runs is a failure, right? Like, how are we not better at either position?
They've won one playoff series in like 5 years.
Right.
As the core, 4 or 5 years as the core. So
right.
Yeah.
So you better do something, or else, look, we know the way this goes. Coach goes first, and then you're either seeing it with all these teams. It's either a GM or it's the players. And that's whoever wins that argument. Yeah. Who does the owner believe in more? So you bet look, they're on the clock right now. They're on the clock because because it's going to be a hard sell to say, hey, we can do this with Ja, Jaren, and Dez as the core group if they're going to go out like this. They're going to go out like just walking out of the ring instead of fighting in the ring.
Yeah.
Why? Why do I want to dedicate to that? Why do I want to dedicate to something that can lose? They were all available and healthy for yesterday's game. And that's what happened. And look, I know we have talked at length about what they are, their inability to beat good teams, and getting high on your own supply on the roster. It's one of the things we all stood on business when it came to the Marcus Smart thing. It was outrageous. Who, by the way, was at our game Friday night.
Courtside at the game Friday night. Shout out to my boy Marcus.
But don't tell me he's not a better option. Don't tell me that. That's ridiculous. I told them that the day they traded him. Don't tell me that he's not the better option.
You know who got beat by 51 and just stood there about it? Come on, bro.
Come on.
Marcus would have just stood there and got beat by 51.
And so, but here's the deal. I don't think any of us have ever questioned the Jaron Des thing. We never have. Never. It's always been about the guys around them.
Yeah.
Others, right?
And I'm saying it now gets to the point.
There are questions. A Ja Des backcourt that's questionable. They're small. That's something you could question.
But that has not been a topic of our conversation.
But we've always said if you put a three around that's long and
that you need to put. Look, if you're gonna have a small backcourt, you better have a ton of size behind them.
You better have the three man that's big behind them.
Yeah.
That's right.
But you know what I'm saying, that for some reason we've been running the race. For
that if you had Mikal Bridges and Isaiah Hartenstein,
just any
three man, and then you had more size coming off the bench,
you're fine. But that's why we never really kind of broached the issue.
But now, if they lose like this, again, we're about to find out. We're about to find out. That's what the next 5 games will tell us. Because now there will be a focus on those 3 guys. It's going to be very hard. If you get run out in this series completely without competing, if you just get run out, that's going to be a hard sell. That's going to be a hard sell. Because you weren't even close.
Yeah, you're not
right?
close. You're not close.
And if that's the gold standard.
Yeah. Because
you can't convince yourself that you're a player away.
Yeah, because 2 years ago you were outrunning everybody in this race.
Right.
This race you were running. They were like, oh, the Grizzlies got they were writing stories
best young core.
Best young players in the league. Now we look up 2 years later and you are getting stomped out by 51.
Right.
That's how fast this world it can hit you.
And the second seeded team is the Houston Rockets. And you can go back and you can say, hey, well, we were the 2 seed too. But that's because your whole record is built on beating nobody. That's the truth.
Yeah.
This race.
Anytime you play anybody good, you lose. It's just a matter of by how many.
What's our record now in our last 24? It's 7-17.
But we haven't beaten a Western Conference playoff caliber team since Houston, and that was
January 30th. I know the date.
I mean,
it's January 30th.
Thanks, Roser. Yeah, bro. You got lapped, bro. They lapped you.
And so now we're about to see what kind of heart they've got.
Barbecue and mildew. Yeah. You know what they say?
Yeah. They'll play with heart, and they still may lose by 20.
That's fine,
That's
bro.
a real possibility.
Look, Roser,
and I'm totally cool with that. The Miami Heat did it last night. They literally did it last night.
Lay somebody out with a screen. Knock somebody, bro. Just show us you want to fight, bro. Because guess what?
Again, I always say this. Go down swinging. If you go down swinging, I'll respect it.
Yes.
Get the bumpy face, bro. Play like the Ribs. Watch some footage of the Ribs, bro. They play hard.
Yeah.
The Ribs tackle people.
The Ribs do tackle people.
No.
Shout out to the Ribs. 3. Can they play small forward?
I wish.
NBA game 1s. All right, so let's go through them one by one. First, Knicks Pistons. Again, Pistons competed.
Yeah, they did.
Big time. In fact, to the point where it got scary for the Knicks. And then the Knicks dug down deep and went on that crazy run where they just mangled Detroit. And that's one of those, we have seen this many times. We saw this when the Grizzlies were, first couple times through in the playoffs. And and that's the problem with this group right now. It's the reaction was like it didn't matter. That's how I took a lot of their post-game things. Basically, Ja was like, we'll never play that bad again. And if we went on I got it. It's true. I got it. It's true that if you win game 2, he said, if we win Tuesday night, no one's going to care about this. That is true. That's true. I also want you to be as disgusted as I am at what I just witnessed.
Yeah.
And not hey, lost this one, but if we win the next one, it'll be fine. Or, it just doesn't, it didn't feel like fighter's mentality to me. Okay. On the Knicks front, again, it's one of those things where it's first time you go through it, and in Detroit's case, when the wave hits, now what?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
your guy Jacoby called that one.
because New York they got down and it was looking dicey. And this is the vet teams.
Yeah.
This is the vet teams. So composed. Just keep on playing. We're going to come back, right? There's a level of confidence that comes along with doing it before.
Yeah.
And that, all right, when it's time to crank up, we're cranking up. And they crank that thing up to 10. And next thing you know, Detroit's like, whoa. Everything was easy for a little bit here. Yeah. Like, what just happened?
Campaigns
and they couldn't meet that level.
Jalen Brunson hit shots.
And the Garden's going crazy. And, I mean, they couldn't meet that level.
Dude, that atmosphere was awesome at the Garden.
I absolutely do think Detroit's going to win a game or two, though.
Absolutely.
They played with them.
They played with Tobias played like he was a steady enforce because they blitz Cade every time he got the rock. Like it was like you ain't finna beat us.
Yep.
So they played well, but yeah, they'll get at least 2 in the series.
Nuggets Clippers. I mean, tell me if you guys feel the same way as me. I will be shocked if the Clippers do not win game 2.
I agree.
And
I thought the Clippers gave that game away.
Russell Westbrook, shout out to you, bro.
Like they lose the ball out of bounds a couple like it was
it was honestly, we've been through this.
Yeah. Bro, it's funny, man.
It's like, what are you doing with the turnover?
Yeah.
They had like 20 turnovers in the game.
They got too many They got too many vets for that.
It was like 20 turnovers, and then they had like all these bad possessions down the stretch, and it's like, I think they're gonna honestly, I think they will go back and look at it and be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, what just happened?
No, I expect the Clippers to be,
They'll bounce back, but like the Russ experience.
It was great.
You got all of it, man.
It's great.
You got all of it.
What my guy on Twitter said, he said Russell Westbrook hoop like a Mario Kart box. Like you never know what you gonna get.
You have no idea.
Yeah. Like you never know.
Huge shots though. Huge.
He did.
And the thing
he fights.
He's a gamer, bro.
He fights.
I'm not going down.
That's why I've always liked Russell Westbrook much more than my peers.
Yeah.
And it's because I at least respect that he's not losing for lack of trying.
No.
He's going to do some goofy ass stuff, but he cares.
Yeah, he
cares.
Winning,
he's out there to play as hard as he can every time. And you have got to just shake your head at a lot of the stuff. But I feel like it always comes from a good place.
Yes.
He thinks it's the right thing to do.
Sometimes it's not.
It's for sure not.
Yeah.
But
I think it comes from a place of caring.
It does. Yes.
And
I want to win.
And also thinking he's better than he is.
Yes.
He thinks he's still 09 Russ.
Yeah, well, I mean, he'll pull up for 3 like he's.
I think he was just
it's his shot.
2019 Russ.
No. Here's the thing. He's the king of the irrational confidence, guys.
Yes.
Which
right?
I love it sometimes.
He's the guy that will pull up for 3 and think this is the best option. And it's for sure nowhere close. It's not even one of the top 7 options available at that moment. But I totally understand that he believes that's the best option.
It's actually 0.5 on the shot clock option. That's what this is.
Yes.
But he's doing it with 17.
Yeah, there you go. He is truly an item box from Mario Kart. Look at him, bro. But that's the thing. That's why he's out there, though, down the stretch. Because he's going to make a play, bro. Look at that.
It's also why he's out there instead of Michael Porter.
Yes.
How about that?
He's that dude.
The other thing is this. Clippers got too many guys, and this is why we talked about how we didn't want to see the Clippers. And it's going to be very fascinating because I think they'll end up coming out of this when it's all said and done.
You said what?
Shot right there.
Yeah, he's wild, bro. Out of pocket, bro.
That was
look at that.
so crazy.
Firing that thing up. Look at him.
Bro, that last shot in regulation was insane.
Look, bro. Look at him. There's a reason why you open Russ.
He held that follow through for as long as you could, but look, he followed it back out.
I know.
Just keep fighting, bro.
Aaron Gordon was. He made play.
Look at his man, bro.
Look, hey, and the other thing is they have so many guys to make Jamal Murray's life hell.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
Playoff Murray's going to be tough.
That's what we talked about being worried about if you had to face the Clippers. It's like, bro, they got 6 guys that could guard Morant.
I mean, I think OKC can do that.
They
They have so many perimeter defenders, man.
Bro,
so
Jaren getting locked down by Caruso.
I was so
mad
that
is like.
I was getting so pissed at that, bro. It's Elmer Fudd, bro. If you don't take his ass to the block, to that left block, give me the ball.
That is.
Go to the
Give
block
me the
and
ball,
call for
bro.
the rock.
Look,
I got Elmer Fudd on me.
Caruso is a great defender. A
Respectfully.
great defender. Jaren Jackson is 7 foot tall.
Like they are better than us. They're not 51 points better than us. Like that's
Rudy
so
Gay.
disgraceful.
That's the first time I'm gonna quote you, bro. You were right on that timeline yesterday.
What did he say?
Hold on. I'm gonna quote. Make sure I quote him right. Memphis had JJJ. Oh no, hold on, no. What's the Jaren one? He also needs to take his ass to the post. He said Memphis had JJJ sitting way too long during that drought. He also needs to take his ass to the post. I agree with you, Rudy Gay. You are dominant on that left block, bro. Be dominant, bro. Be dominant.
All right, so that was on the Clippers front. And I think that they're going to sit there and worry about what happened. Next one was kind of a perfect storm game, it felt like, watching Timberwolves and the Lakers.
Oh, that game was awesome.
But I felt it was like a perfect storm. Like, I thought the Timberwolves just played unbelievably well. And the Lakers were a mess.
The Timberwolves. Right? I mean,
you don't expect them to be in best. You got Braun and Luka.
They were 21 of 42 from three. Dude, every
that
three
was the
they
thing.
took,
It just made shots.
and they were I will say they were all wide open. They looked so much faster and more athletic than the Lakers.
You know what the other thing is?
Look at the dudes on the court.
Dude, Ant was targeting Luka.
Usually, when you watch the Lakers, they look big. And they did not.
They do not
They didn't look
big.
big. They don't look big against the Wolves.
Bro,
the Wolves looked huge.
LeBron put his head down and drove in transition on Nas Reed, on Jaden McDaniels, and he did not overpower them. Those dudes just put their hands in the air, and he did not overpower them.
The other thing is the Wolves have they figured out their 8 guys, right? Because they bring Nas off the bench. Like, they're 3 guys they bring off the bench. Nas, DiVincenzo, and Nickeil Alexander, all fantastic bench players.
Yeah.
Like, fantastic.
And Ant has a level of just don't care that it is.
No, he thinks he's the best player.
Yeah. And you're just.
In a game that includes Luka and LeBron.
Nothing rattles you. When you're smiling when fans are chanting child support at you, like there's a level of.
What are you supposed to do? Cry roast?
There's a level where you're just like, you don't get phased.
But honestly, that was the part of the whole Wolves that Ant was not amazing.
No,
He had 22 points on 22 shots.
Nas was great.
These other guys, though.
DiVincenzo was good.
Jaden McDaniels.
Oh, McDaniels was otherworldly.
Yeah, I ain't never seen him hit 3 threes in my life.
Well, and the thing is, look, we always talk about those other guys. Like, who are going to be the other guys? When the one guy's getting so much attention, are the other guys going to be able to step up? I thought, look, it felt to me, when you see somebody hit that percentage from 3, like they did. Yeah. Like the Lakers truly ran into a buzzsaw.
They did.
Honestly.
They did.
Yeah. Like if they made 14 of 40 or if they make 17 of 40, maybe it's a little different. But I mean, they were making everything. Yeah. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
You're dead.
They do.
You're not beating that team if they're hitting threes like that.
They are gonna have to do something with and I'm sure JJ Redick will, but the targeting Luka and the targeting Austin Reeves.
Oh, they're gonna do that every game. It's pick the weak link, whichever one.
That's right.
But also doing that in LA for game 1 is, I mean, we can't talk like that's not a big feat. You know,
of course it is. Wolves were amazing.
Walking in game 1 and winning at LA is
also they carry themselves like.
Big time, man.
No, they carry themselves like they're supposed to win. Yeah. They carry themselves like that was not an upset to them.
No.
And Ant gets to do the chip on the shoulder in this series because it's Luka and LeBron. If you knock them off, like, man.
He said he was like, nobody expects us to win, so why are we worried about it? He said it himself.
I still think, the Lakers will adjust. They're going to get every call in the world in game 2.
Every call in game 2.
And also, there's always that desperation versus it's very hard. Yeah. We talk about this every year. Just psychologically. One team knows they've already gone up 1-0, especially when you're the road team. Yeah. It is hard to take both of them on the road because that other team knows their back is against the wall. Their back's against the wall because, look, the truth is, if you lose 2, you got to win 4 of the next 5 against that team, and that team's already proven you'd be able to. And so you got backs against the wall, and this is real. Like, I mean, obviously you would like the Timberwolves to go for the jugular, but there is always that feeling of, I've seen the press conference 1,000 times. You lose 2, and then you come back and you say, "We did what we came here to do."
Now the only thing I was last year, if I'm not mistaken, Minnesota won both games at Denver to start that series.
And then lost both.
And then lost both at home in 3 and 4.
That was just a wonky series.
That series was crazy.
One thing I will say to you, I know we say that, like, Lakers, they might win the next game by 20. But I will say that Hundu's is not going to change.
No,
Luka ain't going to become a better defender overnight. Austin Reeves not going to become a better defender overnight.
Well,
you have no rim presence.
Reeves thing is the most fascinating.
You put Jackson Hayes on the bench.
The Reeves thing is a fascinating thing because I told you guys, like, he's gotten to live in a world where the third best perimeter defender for a team is not good. That's on a regular basis during the regular season. Like, and you talk about hunting Luka, they can hunt Reeves too. They were getting these switches with Randall on him.
The only thing with Luka,
they're not going to
and the other thing is they have nothing behind them. They can't even play Jackson Hayes.
No, they can't. They tried. They couldn't do it.
They can't play him.
They can't play him.
Dorian Finney-Smith out there. Like, please be our backside.
I mean,
defender.
you're awful. You're truly awful if Luka can't make you awesome.
What happened?
Because I watched the game here on Friday night where P.J. Washington had 0 and Derek Lively had 0, and I turned at one point to you guys and I was like, did Luka just convince us these guys were good?
I mean, the game is a lot easier when you send the screen and roll into the rack.
It is
and
certainly
you playing throw and catch. You playing football, bro. Now I got to make plays for myself.
What can you do for your own?
The one I thought Friday night, the biggest one was Lively.
Yeah.
Lively was the one I was like, oh, man,
But
he
that
needs
should tell you
Luka.
the story about Jackson Hayes.
He
How
needs a
bad are
point
you?
guard. Right.
Buns.
It is not difficult to
All
be
you gotta
good with that
do-
guy.
Send the screen.
That's it.
Yeah.
Roll to the basket.
And then don't be deficient on defense.
Yeah.
Luka was awesome to start that game, and then when they took him out, that's when the Timberwolves just they
rim protector.
ran off on them.
Yeah, they got no bigs, bro. They getting exposed right now.
Yeah.
The other one that took place on Saturday, which is not worth mentioning for a long amount of time, is the Pacers mangling the Bucks, which only got super interesting because of Damian Lillard standing up and screaming at Tyrese Halliburton that he'll beat his ass and that he'll be back for. So, who knows?
Why do you want to fight Tyrese?
He hates him.
He really hates him.
He really does.
He tells him
gets
once a
on his
year, I'm going
nerves.
to beat your ass.
So I can't wait. That actually, I like that. That game was pitiful. That made me excited for if Lillard comes back.
Yeah.
That it's like, all right, now we got some real smoke here.
Yeah.
He was really yelling at him.
He was mad, bro.
I liked his sweater too.
Another fan base.
Good sweater.
Another fan base that loves the T-shirt, bro.
Who?
Indiana.
Oh, Indiana.
They love a good T-shirt.
Yeah.
They do not hesitate in putting that T-shirt on, bro.
In Utah, you can't tell that they're wearing the shirts.
We talked about Grizzlies, Thunder, unless they're purple.
No, they're because they're already white.
Yeah.
It's just
Cleveland Cavaliers and the Heat.
Shout out to the Heat.
Played hard for a long time.
They played their butts off.
Your boy been hooping, bro.
Well, speaking of targeted, I saw somebody put up as the primary defender.
Oh no.
Oh. They shot like 85% against Tyler Hero. I mean, there's nowhere to hide. They're like, where is he? Where is he?
All right, let's go get him.
Get that son of a bitch over here.
Yeah, let's go get him.
We're cooking Hero,
Oh
bro.
my God.
Dang,
Bro,
man.
hold on. I think I might have saved. I might have
Hold
saved
on.
it. I might have saved it.
Tyler Hero, defender.
Let me see if I saved it. Okay, Tyler Hero is the primary defender. Darius Garland, 5 of 6, 83.3% shooting, resulted in 24 points. Donovan Mitchell, 2 of 3 shooting, 66.7%, resulted in 18 points. Ty Jerome, 2 minutes, 16 seconds, 83%, 5 of 6, resulted in 22 points. Disaster.
They were on that man like
they just
he was a
Bonnie Blue.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
That
tough.
boy had a target on his head.
It's tough.
That's tough.
And that's all playoffs is about, bro.
I know.
No,
they just spam it.
If you
They
are a
just
bad defender,
spam it.
they finna find you, bro. Ain't no hide.
Well, and that's what makes it look. And I didn't get into the Edie thing. It's against a team like we can't switch anything.
We got stick.
And if Isaiah Hartenstein's gonna make every 6-foot floater,
By the way,
what are we doing?
can you put 2 hands up, dog?
What are we doing?
Make it harder to hit it. Like block it, bro. Like,
That is something from honestly,
triangle button.
It's like when you watch those old Bill Sharman on the Celtics on NBA TV.
Little push shot, bro.
Yeah, he's bringing it back from like 1953.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Shout out to the push shot, man.
Yeah. Anyways, no, you're right. They will find whatever is out there, and then they're just gonna spam it.
Yeah.
And so he competed for a long time. That was a pretty close game till the fourth quarter, and then they got run off. Ty Jerome have a night. Yeah. Holy mackerel, was he great?
Yeah, he was. Seen that before. We saw that ourselves.
So good. So good. Other ones, Celtics took care of business against the Magic. I mean, the Magic just, yeah. I mean, 86 points.
Joe Mazzulla yelling at Jason Tatum.
Yelling at him to get up.
Get up. I'm telling the trainer, stay back. Get up.
That's what I like, bro.
Shout out to Joe Mazzulla for that.
Waving off the medic.
Come on, bro. He
get up.
He's flopping, bro. Get up, bro. I need somebody to do that to Jared. Get your ass off the ground.
Get up.
Get up.
You're not hurt, bro.
Yeah, Magic can't score.
No, they can't.
No.
Offensively deficient.
No. I will say this.
They're tough.
Watching it, there was part of me when I was watching it, I was like, man, this team, like, they are good enough defensively. Like, you should be able to win a game giving up 103. And I'm like, man, maybe this is a little, like, they would at least be able to compete on this level. I'm not saying they could beat the Celtics. They could compete. Like, that could be a much more fun series if Suggs was available.
Yeah, they need somebody to break somebody
Honestly,
down.
like,
somebody down the bounce.
And the other thing is, like, that whole, like, it's a demeanor thing, too, right? Like, having that guard that's, like, making the plays, diving for loose balls. They all kind of, like, it's a feisty team. And obviously, you know, I love Suggs. And I do feel like if they had him, it gives them at least another guard.
You need somebody to break down off the bounce. They got nobody to break it down off the bounce, bro.
Yeah.
All these dudes are just dudes, bro. Other than Paolo.
Paolo is just unbelievable.
He's like LeBron.
My God.
He's like a remix of
He
LeBron.
really is. It is not going to be long until he's one of the best 5 players in the NBA.
Yeah.
He is awesome. Just wait till he learns how to shoot. I mean, you might as well just shut it down. Good
He really does put his hand down.
Because he is an absolute force of nature.
Straight to the bottom.
And he's huge.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
So talented. And then the other one is the Rockets and the Warriors. So if I'm the Rockets, that is exactly the kind of game I want to play.
Yeah.
They did it. They did the old Grizzly thing that we talked about when I told you they remind me a little bit of that, which is drag them in the mud. Now, I know that the defensive numbers and the defensive metrics for the Warriors have been great. Well, I think Curry heard enough about Amen Thompson shutting them down.
Holy crap, dude. He hit like 3 last night that were.
And the other thing is Curry and Butler being simultaneously awesome. And you watch so many times.
Amen Thompson said.
Hey, it used to always be where you would run that second guy at Curry. He'd give up the ball, and now it's Draymond playing 4-on-3. Yeah. But nobody cared if he threw it to Wiggins or Kuminga or Pods or whoever. Bro, there's so many times now where you see, and like that other pressure will come on Curry to get the ball out of his hands. And now he throws it to Butler. And Butler can do the same exact thing that Draymond did, which is make a play off of the bounce.
Jimmy is so good at, like, I've noticed when they get him the ball, like, Jimmy's never in, like, one spot.
No.
Like, he is so good at finding space in the half court,
Dunker
and then they
spot,
look
mid-range,
just any free throw line. Like, he just gets to these little spots, gets the ball, and then he either goes up against fouled or passes.
And it was the
out
worst
of it.
nightmare if you're Houston. This is what I talked to you guys about when we thought that it could be the Grizzlies if they were able to beat the Warriors. It's like, well, you still have 4 or 5 guys that are all under 45% field goal percentage, and now you're scouted. Now they know the 3 things that you want to be able to do. Like, this is going to be this is throwing Jalen Green in hell. This is throwing all, they know. Here's what this guy likes to do. Here's how this guy scores. Here's what this guy, and it's the adjustments that take place of that. Here's the deal. They are offensively deficient. They do not have high percentage scorers.
Yeah.
And so the deal is this. They have got to. This is, again, Ime Udoka knows more basketball than me. They got to lean into that huge thing. They have to. They got to just put the Adam Şengün thing out there. No, that's when they came back.
That's what I said. That's when they came back.
And just say, you know what, bro? We ain't going to make a high enough percentage, so We need this thing to end where we take 103 shots and they take 88.
Draymond
you know what I mean?
Fred and Steve-O pick and roll.
You got to get way more bites at the apple. If you're them. And so you're just going to have to play the huge thing and just out-rebound them. That's it. That was the way the Grizzlies used to have a chance back in the day. That's the way Houston's going to have a chance. It's also the way that the Grizzlies played, honestly, in the play-in game. You know, the size hurt Golden State. It did. That's when the Grizzlies were at their most successful, was when Edey was grabbing every rebound. It's like, bro, just put the huge guys out there. Put Adams out there with Şengün as much as you can. And just decide, all right, because you ain't scoring anyway. So your best chance is grabbing offensive rebounds and putting them back in.
And you did out rebound them 52 to 35.
Draymond.
I read them by a big number.
Yeah, but when the game was at like 20, what we looked up and it was like 3.
It's like a 3-point game. Oh, they came back. They made.
And that was because of the size.
Yeah, the size. It was Steve-O getting rebounds. It was him and Fred running pick and roll on offense. Like,
get the stop and then get them, because the Warriors, you could score on them in transition. What the thing you can't let the Warriors do is set up their defense. When they set up their defense, they are dynamite.
You got Draymond and Jimmy who are smart.
But if you can get the stops and get running, and the other thing is, like, Houston's got enough athletes to get down the court and score in transition.
Draymond said this after the game. He said at times, he goes, their best offense is the offensive rebound. Said that about Houston. He goes, he knows it. He's out there playing against them.
They'll also be able to run out. Like, they can get transition buckets.
And the Warriors are going to have 4 days off.
And freaking
before every game. Like, so we'll see. Does the athleticism of Houston start to wear on them a little bit?
The lights a little shining because they were letting Jalen Green go one-on-one with Steph Curry. And I ain't never seen Steph Curry is not a high-level defender.
Right.
And, like, Jalen was just, like,
so Jalen Green will do that. He'll shoot 20% from the field. He can do that.
Like, honestly, you've got to grab every rebound and just run and not let them set that defense up. And then when you miss, like, you just got to play it where you're getting way more cracks.
Playing 90s basketball, 2000s basketball,
That's it.
baby.
I mean, bro, speaking of 90s basketball, for all that we talk about all the threes and all the scoring and all the, no defense and all this kind of stuff, yesterday's games, we had – the Grizzlies scored 80. The Magic scored 86. The Rockets scored 85. And the Heat got to 100. And that's 4 playoff teams that 3 of them had less than 90 points.
Was there less free throws involved in the game? Or was it just like less
3
whistles?
teams had less than 90.
Wow. That is wild.
It does feel like, look, so many of these teams are trying to get a lot of the same shots.
Yeah.
Right? And so then these defenses are set up in a way like, after so many years, it's going to catch up. Like, all right, everybody's trying to get threes and everybody's trying to get to the rim. And so now we're going to see, right? And especially when they get all your tendencies going. And some of these teams are obviously very good defensively, but they have figured this out. It's kind of like, the spread, when it first came in and they're throwing it 70 times a game, it's like, what is this? And then after a while, it's like, okay, everybody starts going 5 out, and like now defenses start to set up for this, and you try to get the personnel to be able to deal with something like this. Mm-hmm. And so I do think that with the evolution of the game, like one of the things that you're seeing is so many teams trying to play likewise, and then when you combine that with getting the tendencies of these players, it's like, bro, how many mid-range shots you gonna make?
Yeah, so also
because I'm running you off the line.
So they're not calling fouls.
That's what I'm saying. They have to not be calling fouls.
Haberstroh had this. He has the chart for free throw attempts per 100 possessions in every postseason. This was the first time this century the free throw rate dipped below 20 per 100 possessions. It was 18.5. So they're not calling fouls either.
Wow.
Letting dudes play, which I love. It's playoff basketball, bro. Get up. Be a man.
Certainly much more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
When
the
that
flow
is
is so much better when the game is just doing this, bro. Less whistles, bro.
That's right. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back after this. Chris Vernon Show.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
There's nothing like playoff basketball.
Boy, nothing like playoff basketball in Memphis.
The atmosphere of a Grizzlies playoff game is super exciting.
Oh my God, it's absolutely electric. I love seeing the crowd out.
Everybody's just screaming their heads off. You feel like you're in a movie.
People are down here. Everyone's got on their Grizz gear.
The city's excited. Everybody's excited to watch. There's really nothing like it, and I really can't wait.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
We will get into all things Grizzlies, but first and foremost, a big congratulations to the Memphis Tigers for locking up at least a share of the AAC title. First time since joining the American Athletic Conference that they are regular season conference champs.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Debo traded from San Francisco to the Commanders for a 5th round pick. There's no other sport where you would get a player of his ilk for a 5th round pick.
Over under total yards for Debo. If they set it at 1,000, you think he hits that over?
Total yards?
Total yards from scrimmage, total yards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
Bright and clear, my old folks and I drew near, just a village down in sunny Tennessee. I'd been speeding on that train that would bring me back again to that girl I left in sunny Tennessee. I could hear those voices.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. Let's get back to 10 things from the weekend. Number 4, NBA Awards finalists. So during these NBA playoffs, what you are going to see is these awards given out. They'll have these, first they'll announce them, and then they're going to have these ceremonies at the games. We have certainly seen those happen before, and they announced over the weekend the finalists for the different awards. MVP is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo for MVP. Think SGA will end up winning it, but I will say, when I was talking about yesterday on the positives front, anybody that watched it and voted for Jokic, I think had to feel good about themselves. There's absolutely no way Nikola Jokic could be subpar and his team win by 51.
Yeah.
That's a case.
That's a case.
That's a case.
It's a big case.
It's hard to penalize somebody for his supporting cast being a lot better, but I promise you this.
Yeah, most valuable player is the name of the
This
award.
is
Right?
this is the 7th consecutive season that Giannis will finish top 4 in MVP voting. Only 6 other players in NBA history have done that.
Okay.
Finished
this
top
is good.
4 in
Okay.
MVP voting for 7 consecutive seasons.
All right, Jordan.
LeBron.
Kareem.
No.
Kobe.
Kobe.
You had to be top 4?
Top 4 in MVP
Shaq.
voting for 7 consecutive seasons.
Shaq.
No on Shaq.
7 consecutive seasons.
Yeah.
Karl Malone.
No.
Steve Nash.
Nope.
Who else won? I'm trying to think who else won MVP.
Tim Duncan.
No. That is surprising to me, too. Duncan wasn't.
Dirk.
Are these like a long time ago? Oscar Robertson.
No.
Dirk.
No.
Jerry West.
No.
Kareem.
He already said that.
Are they current or old?
Old.
Oh, they're old.
Old.
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
Okay.
So that's 4.
The other 2 are still alive.
Wilt.
No.
Oh, no,
Elgin,
he's dead.
Elgin Baylor.
No.
Wait, they're
I think
still
he's.
alive?
Is Elgin Baylor alive?
Wait, they're not.
No, I think Elgin Baylor.
Elgin
passed.
Baylor passed.
Yeah. I hope we didn't just kill Elgin.
Who else is still? Who else?
I gotta make sure.
Who else? He did pass.
He did in
Who else-
2021.
Who else is still alive? Bob Cousy's still alive.
It's not Bob Cousy.
Larry
Not
Bird.
that old.
Larry
Bird.
Larry Bird.
Oh, Magic.
And Magic.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, jeez.
Shout out Giannis. 7th consecutive season, top 4 in MVP voting, joining Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson.
Shout out Larry Bird, bro.
Pretty impressive. Now, the trade rumors for Giannis got heated up this weekend, too, on that game 1.
Yeah. Defensive Player of the Year: Dyson Daniels, Draymond Green, Evan Mobley were the finalists.
What?
I have no idea who's going to win this award.
I think Dyson
I know
Daniels should
Draymond
win.
is the heavy favorite.
How did Lou Dort not get in there?
Yeah, they put some respect on Lil Dort's name, man.
Yeah.
Because, like, the Dortcher Chamber's real. Like, when you have something like that named after you, like...
You're the best defensive team in the league, damn near.
Daniels like season is otherworldly, and we saw it in person. He won a game against the Grizzlies.
Stripped the ball from Dez.
Yeah.
His still numbers OD, bro.
Still trying to figure out where Dez was going right there in that game. Coach still have no idea.
Coach of the Year: Kenny Atkinson, JB Bickerstaff, Ime Udoka. This is
A tough one. Like that.
I don't think you could have gone wrong. Honestly,
hey,
you could make the case for any of those guys, and I would say, you know what? That sounds fair.
In that group,
right?
There are no losers.
Thank you, Roser.
Good job, Roser.
Who would you guys choose?
If I was to pick one, I would say Kenny Atkinson.
I mean, they had a historic season.
I would go JB.
As much as people don't give a damn about
I mean,
the Cavs.
because they went from 17 or whatever they would 12 wins.
The Pistons
to,
have just
It did a
been-
rebuild too in like a couple years.
The Pistons have been a
And
disgrace.
what is so crazy?
And Ime was all, dude. Ime,
But what is so crazy is that Cleveland had 2 of those coaches in
Yeah,
the
I know,
last
right?
2
Yeah,
years.
that's wild.
It is wild.
They can one of them.
But great job by all of those guys. Honestly, like if you made the case for any 3 of them, I think it's totally reasonable.
Yeah.
Totally reasonable. If somebody voted for Ime Udoka, I would not think that's crazy. And neither of the other 2 either. Like you could have
not
voted
at all.
any of the 3. I don't think there's a wrong answer. As you said, Roser.
Yeah. There is no loser.
There's no losers in this category.
Corn.
Rookie of the Year. Reese Shea, Stephon Castle, Jalen Wells.
Hey, shout out to Jalen Wells,
man.
Hey,
Shout
and they
out
got
to
it right. That's not Zion pulling.
Oh, my
I
God.
know ABC messed that up yesterday.
They did on a whole soliloquy about Jalen.
ABC zooming in on Zion pulling yesterday.
Wearing
talking
the
about Jalen
hustle
Wells.
gear. Shout out Zion. He's wearing the hustle gear.
Castle's running away with this.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Also, I will say,
Shea is skinny as hell.
I will say, we saw a great Castle game and we saw a great Reese Shea game.
We did.
At the Forum. We saw two of these rookies show out.
It's just dope that Jalen was a 39th pick in the draft.
I know.
Bro. Like that's like the Castle when you reach you expect him to be up there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Jalen made his way there by being consistent all season. So
Yep.
freak injury took him out for the season. So shout out Jalen. man.
Most improved. I have seen people posting media members posting their thing. And I think all three of these guys are going to get votes. This is going to be a split one. Because there's some people that believe that Cade shouldn't get it because he was the number one pick in the draft.
Right.
Yeah. That's what somebody said.
That's how we felt about Ja a couple years ago.
When Ja got it,
when
it's
they
like,
gave it,
dude,
it's like,
what are you,
bro,
like-
what? Why? Like, he's the second pick in the draft.
Yeah.
I kind of buy that. Zubats was unbelievable.
I like the
And
idea
Dyson
of giving
Daniels
it.
was like not thought of.
No, he wasn't.
He's about to be out the league, low-key.
I know. He was just thrown in on a trade.
I like the idea of like Zubats winning it, like just a veteran who's been around for a long time,
Right.
but just played like such an important role for the Clippers and got better. Like
People like
I'd be cool with Dyson. I'd be cool with Dyson.
Zubac been around
Daniels,
for a
too.
minute too, but he's been around.
Yeah,
for
he's been around a long time.
He's been there for 10 years.
And on the Cunningham thing, the Cunningham thing is like an ascent to superstardom, which I do understand.
Don't tell me that Zach Edey has reached his ceiling when Zubats wins most improved in year 10.
I'm gonna go with Zubac, man. Zubac's been hooping, man.
Sixth man of the year, Peyton Pritchard, Ty Jerome, Malik Beasley. Again, another really good category. All three of these guys were absolutely fantastic for their teams. Pritchard's going to end up winning it.
Chris Vernon Award.
There are no losers here.
But Ty Jerome and Malik Beasley both just, I mean, this is exactly honestly, these were great six men because these guys, every night can flip the game for you. Seriously. There's those nights where these guys come in and score 20-something. Pritchard went off in game one against Orlando.
He did.
And Ty Jerome had 28. And Malik Beasley had a good game against the Knicks as well. These guys showed up in the playoffs game one, too. So, again, Roser, I think I'm with you. There are no losers.
Yeah, I think
we know who you're picking.
Yeah. Which one? Who he picking?
You.
Oh, the one the only brother that's out there? No, I'm gonna go with your cousin, bro. Your cousin.
Peyton Pritchard?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with your cousin, Peyton Pritchard. I think you're gonna win that, Joe. I'm gonna go with your cousin. Malik Beasley also wears an ankle monitor. Come on, bro. There's levels to it. Your cousin wins that award, though, man. Shout out Peyton Pritchard.
And then clutch player of the year. I mean, I couldn't care less. I guess Brunson, Jokic, or Edwards. It's got to be Brunson.
Yeah. Bro, isn't there a number that
Anthony Edwards misses every game winner he ever takes.
Isn't that a thing? He's like 10%.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I go Brunson. I feel like Brunson hits so many big shots in the Garden.
Oh my God,
that place goes nuts for him.
I'm gonna go to Big Head Brunson too. Big Head Brunson is this.
All right, so those are all the finalists for the awards.
The chat said we should give out an award.
Clutch Player of the Year is stupid.
We should give out an award on our show. The Grizz Killer of the Year goes to
Karis LeVert.
No, I give it to Wiggins.
Aaron Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins is a good one.
Grizz Killer of the Year goes to Aaron Wiggins for me.
It's an OKC player. That makes sense.
No, hold on. I got to go back and hold on. Grizz Killer
of the Year. Okay. Well, I feel like Andrew. What's his name? Andrew Wiggins. What's his name?
Aaron.
No relation.
I mean, De'Aaron Fox dropped a game winner on us.
No.
That doesn't count, Roser.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Who else this year?
Hold on. Versus Grizzlies.
Schroeder? Schroeder had some early games against us.
Dennis Schroeder had some really good ones.
Yeah.
Schroeder's a good one.
Against us. I'm trying to think of somebody else that went big. That I
mean, Rui had good games.
But we got to move them into a different class because of what they did.
Aaron Wiggins had 21 against
Who?
us. Aaron Wiggins. This is Aaron Wiggins. 21 against us yesterday. 16 against us in March. He had 26 against us in February. In 60, yeah, I'm giving. Come on, bro. I think I take the cake on this one. I win this one. It's like a sky dog. I win this one.
I'd have to go back and I was trying to think of somebody that moved into the class this year. LeVert is an all-timer.
Yeah, he's an all-timer.
Like he's.
Oh, Jake LaRavia.
Oh my God.
Why you putting Jake on there, bro?
He cooked us.
He did cook. That Jake Bake. He got to the Baja.
He had 12 points in that game.
He enjoyed every one of them.
Absolutely,
buckets,
he did.
He look at the bench every time he scored.
Oh, Denny Abdia.
Yes,
Denny Abdia. He destroyed us in that.
He did cook us.
Dude.
He cooked us. He definitely cooked us.
What did he have at halftime? He had like 20-something at half. I was like, bro, this guy is amazing. Denny Abdia.
He had 31.16 rebounds and 8 assists.
He's up
and
there
2 blocks.
For sure.
He was a plus 27
we got
in that
Denny
game.
Abdia up there for sure.
Denny Abdia.
Yeah, he did kill us.
That's a good one.
That was outrageous.
Bro, they out-rebounded us 65-40 in that game. The Blazers
Shout out to the
did.
Grizz Killers of the Year, man. That's a good award.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 5. You guys may have heard the NFL draft is this week.
It does not feel like it.
What? What do you mean it doesn't feel like it?
Is it just me?
It doesn't.
I'm serious.
It doesn't feel like the NFL draft
The
week.
NFL draft is usually like
you guys don't
My
have.
team's got the 11th pick, and I don't
You don't have draft fever then. I do.
I don't.
I have draft fever.
We've got game 3. We've got game 3 that night.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, night of the draft.
Oh, phooey.
But we're 8:30. We got an 8:30 game here. So.
All right. So look, I read through Adam Schefter had his Intel column, which is not that I need to convince you that the Adam Schefter Intel column is worth checking out. But, last year he did throw out there like, hey, there are some people talking about that there could be a lot of these quarterbacks and Bo Nix could go high, and people think that Penix could even be an option with the Falcons. And of course, everybody just read that and discarded it, right? Because it's like, that's ridiculous. Come on. They spent $100 billion on Kirk Cousins. Why would they do that? But
they did it.
This year, we've got Cam Ward. Everybody expects him to go to number 1, right? To the Tennessee Titans. And that to be Cam Ward. Then we got the Abdul Carter guy from Penn State, the edge rusher, and Travis Hunter. And most people expect those guys to go 2 and 3 somehow, right? And then nobody really knows when 4 comes up for New England. That's where it's like, and then who knows?
Right.
Like most people expect that the 3 top guys are going to be Cam, and then there's going to be some combination of Hunter and Carter, right? That those guys are going to go. I found this interesting. In his column, he said at least one team does not have a first-round grade on any of the quarterbacks in the draft. The general manager of another team said there are no surefire quarterback solutions, and the top-rated passer in this class, Ward, would be the 7th-rated passer in last year's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So it just goes to speak, and who knows if that's true or if that is so or not. But at least one team looked at it because, I mean, there were, 6 in the top 12 picks last year that were taken. So then you go down, the biggest thing that is fascinating to people is what is going to happen with Shedeur Sanders. There's been all these stories coming out about how he's worked out with the Giants, and the Giants have been super interested, and the Giants set up shop in Boulder, Colorado throughout the year, and the Giants had somebody that used to work with them that worked with Colorado, and so they've got all this intel and everything, and they flew him in for a showcase, or they went to a showcase day, and then they went back through and had another private workout with him. But it said the Giants even had more access because their Colorado's director of on-campus recruiting is Malika Slayton, who is the sister of Darius Slayton, one of their wide receivers.
Okay.
Like they got all these connections to the Colorado thing. But then it says, yet there still might not be the consensus within the building about whether to draft him. There's a belief around the league that certain segments of the Giants organization want Sanders more than others. Per sources, Sanders wants to be in a place where he has the full support of an organization, and there are questions about whether the Giants fit into this category. And then they go on and they do this bit where it's like interesting, like if you're the coach or whatever, this is the first time he hasn't played for his dad. Mm-hmm. And he even like lists out the buyouts for him. But is this one of those things that if he gets drafted very high and it's not working out, are people then just going to say, yo, bring his dad?
Yeah.
Right? I can understand if you were a coach maybe being a little worried about that. And that's why he brings up that the natural fit. A guy that could get away with that would be Mike Tomlin. Because Mike Tomlin just gets to keep his job, right?
Man.
And so he wouldn't. But I'm saying he would be able to handle the Shador thing without worrying they're going to fire me and bring in Deion Sanders. That another organization really might.
Yeah.
Just to try to make some value up. But I mean, he's played for. Well, I mean, he's played for his dad.
Yeah.
Forever. And his dad happens to be a coach at this point.
Yeah.
And so they say as the question is, are they going to take him at 3? I mean, they got the 3rd pick.
I mean, you saw him throwing the football.
If you like him, if you like him, you take him at 3, right?
Yeah.
But nobody really knows. It doesn't seem like anybody knows where he is going to go. It says that the now with this whole shoulder thing that Derek Carr's going through, that the Saints may take somebody.
I've seen that at 9.
The Jackson Dart thing?
I've seen the Shador at 9.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen Shador at 9 a couple times.
Well, Jackson Dart, it seems to be the other quarterback that people think could go very high in this deal, right? Also, Deion, I guess, as Schefter said, he signed a 5-year, $51 million extension, but his buyout is like not overly restrictive. So that's the thing here.
Oh, okay.
That people are
He's
wondering,
trying to make
right?
That jump. He's trying to make that jump.
Well, it said it starts at $12 million if he leaves before December 31st, but then it drops to 10 if he leaves before the next year, and then 6 before the next year, and it's like,
yeah,
it's not outrageous. If you wanted him to be the coach of your team.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously, if they draft the son, then, it would become on the table. But the other one that's like super interesting is Jalen Milroe. Nobody knows where he's going to go. There's no question he is like the athlete of all athletes, right?
Is he a second? Well, he's what? Second round?
They don't know.
Maybe?
It says just because Jalen Milroe was invited to attend the draft doesn't mean the league expects him to be picked on Thursday night. The league invites players it believes have a chance to be picked high, and even some that could still be on the board for day 2. A team of league officials reaches out to the top prospects because Milroe got invited by the league.
Draft,
yeah.
Okay.
So that's what made everybody be like, wait, what?
They know some we don't know type deal.
It said the league invited Milroe because he's one of the top quarterback prospects, and even if he's not picked in round 1, he could be in attendance Friday night. Teams certainly like Milroe enough, and it's fair to say many are incredibly intrigued. Rare physical talent, maybe the only quarterback that's faster than Lamar Jackson. And you know what has helped him so much? Is Hurts.
Yeah.
It's helped him.
Yeah.
Hurts is so dynamic, and Hurts just won a Super Bowl, and they are roughly like the same build. Milroe's 6'2", 217. Hurts is 6'1", 223.
Hurts look like he's more solid than what's the name?
Also, both same agent.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
They both happen to be represented by the same agent.
Sounds about right.
And so we are going to see where he ends up going. The other one that's super fascinating is the Ashton Genty. Nobody has any idea how high he could possibly go, but again, he has been helped because of the Jahmyr Gibbs thing. Helps you now, right?
Gibbs,
with the whole
Saquon.
two-headed monster and Saquon being great, and it's like, but the Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery thing helps, and like you saw a lot of running backs have a profound impact. This stuff ebbs and flows, and this year, Ashton Genty, and there's some other really good ones. There's Omarion Hampton from North Carolina.
Yeah, he's the first back taken on every mock I've seen.
Both the Ohio State guys.
Travion Henderson, Judkins.
And Quinton Judkins.
Yeah.
Both those are up there. And then and so nobody knows how high Genty could go, but certainly it is higher than we would have originally, I think, suspected. And then one I did want to mention is the guy from Ohio State, Emeka
Egbuka, the receiver.
Egbuka?
Yeah.
So that Will Howard, the quarterback, he went on Schefter's podcast and did not hesitate at all when asked. When I always tell you, like, game recognized game, Will Howard said, one guy who I've said over and over, and he's told everybody, and I think is going to be special, is Emeka Egbuka. He said he's been special throughout his whole career. He's going to be special at the next level. I see something different with him. He's got unbelievable route running ability. He's got great speed and some of the best hands I've ever been around. On top of that, he's one of the best guys around. He's super into his faith, understands the game like a quarterback. You could sit him down in a quarterback meeting, and he'll spit out stuff damn near like I could. It's that impressive. So I thought that was like mega, like that's certainly like the best kind of compliment you can get, right? Is your quarterback going on a podcast saying like, no, you don't understand how great that. And I mean, wouldn't it be likely that we're going to look back in 10 years and that Ohio State team that ran roughshod over everybody, we'll be like, oh, of course. Like, we're going to look back and be like, oh my God, look at their receivers.
All pro here, all pro
It's going to be
there.
like those LSUs where it's like, we look back in 5 years and it's like, oh God, they had Jefferson and Chase and they had whatever. Like, we could for sure do that with the Ohio State guys.
Yeah.
Because the kid that was a freshman is like
Jeremiah Smith.
Oh my God,
crazy.
But this guy might end up being amazing too.
Yeah. They got it on the receivers I'm looking at right now. They got him as the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you on this list?
Wow.
Not even on this list I'm looking at right now.
I know most.
He's low. McMillan,
the
the kid-
Arizona kid. Yeah.
They said
They keep giving him Mike Evans
They
comps.
said he don't watch film. I saw a thing that said he never watched film ever.
Oh, I
You
know.
didn't see that tweet?
Everybody says he doesn't love the game.
Yeah, like this, but he's a monster when he gets on the field. Like,
Yeah, it feels like one of those kids that like should just stop talking.
Yeah.
That if he was mute, he'd get drafted in the top 10.
Yeah.
I feel like every time he opens his mouth, he hurts himself.
Because I was like, they were like, yo, he said he doesn't watch film. He don't watch his own film.
Yeah,
on his own
and so then
time.
everybody's like, oh, he doesn't care about football.
Like he only watches it when he's at the facility. Like which I know in the NFL, if you don't watch film away from the facility, you get dinked for that. Like I know one of my friends was like, yo, they have a watch time on your iPad of how much film you watch. Like away from the building. Like
It's like the old story.
Yeah, like
about that was the old story about Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah.
But the offensive coordinator gave him the tape to go watch it at home and then asked him about it the next day. The tape wasn't football, so he for sure knew he didn't watch it.
Yeah.
They put like cartoons on there or whatever. Yeah. And then I asked him about watching. He's like, yeah, I went through it last night. Like, okay.
Right.
Okay, bro. You for sure didn't.
It was Ren and Stimpy. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
You for sure did. We know. We know you did.
That's funny. Hey, watch out for your boy Tyler Warren too, bro. He's gonna be. That's one for y'all. Tyler Warren.
The tight end
he
from
number 3 on this list for like
the tight
pass
end.
catchers.
Oh,
so
really?
they gonna don't look up and don't be surprised he's an all pro.
I saw the one that Schefter said is going to go higher than people think is the Michigan tight end, Loveland.
Oh.
That he's going to go higher than people have him on mock draft.
He's 5th on this pass catcher list.
He said him and there's one other player. Or no, it was Schrager. It was Schrager, not Schefter. It was Schrager who said the one thing because he's putting out his mock now with ESPN. And the two guys he said that are going to go for he said and the edge rusher from Georgia, Mikael Williams said Mikael Williams and Colston Loveland. They are two names who will go higher than where the consensus mock drafts have them going right
His
now.
mock got him going to the 49ers.
Well,
Yeah.
hey,
Mikael Williams.
Yeah.
By the way,
we're going to draft defensive line.
Hey, by the other thing, this the Travis Hunter thing is super fascinating because you saw the quotes last week about him saying, "I'll just quit football if they're not going to let me play both ways, whatever." Dude, he put in a request. No lie. He put in a request. This was in the Schefter column.
Yeah.
He said, Colorado standout Travis Hunter, once he is picked on Thursday night, wants to make sure that NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell introduces him as a cornerback and a wide receiver.
I respect that, Trav.
Yeah.
I respect it, bro. Stand on business, dog.
Big time.
Stand on business. It's going to be a Brown, so get ready to stand on business,
He's going to
my
be
guy.
awesome.
Huh?
He's going to be so good.
He was one of the best football players I've ever seen in my life.
He's going to
bro.
be so awesome.
Then he got a brother that's just like him.
He does?
Yeah. They changed his name is Travis.
Is he still got that girlfriend?
Yeah. Notice
she's going to be at the draft?
Notice that. Oh, the stories are going to come back up. You already know what's coming.
Yeah.
You already know what's coming. It died down for a long time, bro. It's about to resurface.
Oh, she's going to be so bored.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's going to be bored.
A PR person's probably talked to her by now, Vernon. Look excited when Travis gets drafted, please.
Welcome to Cleveland, honey.
Welcome to Cleveland. Get you a big coat.
We're going where?
I'll get you a Montclair.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Number 6, what'd you watch? All right, we're saving WrestleMania.
Okay, hold on.
So what do you got besides WrestleMania that you watched?
Okay, movie hold on. Let me make sure I get this right. Brother and became Ghost. Okay, I watched this movie last night. And I'm trying to make sure I get the name because I did not even look at the name before I pressed.
Hold on. Quick 20-second time out. Speaking of movies, I saw more people talking about that Michael B. Jordan movie.
Yes, Sinners. I know four people that have seen it raved about it.
Is this crazy, though? I have seen more people talk about that movie than any movie that is coming out in the theater since, like, friggin' Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Yes, Sinners. It's a banger, bro. It is 98% from critics. It is 97% from the audience. Okay.
Wow!
I have got to see who didn't like this movie.
They say that you got to see it in the theater too.
Yeah, they say you got to see like IMAX joint. Like you can't go to like no rinky theater to go. Yeah, you say you got to make sure you see that in 4K.
Jalen just said in my headset it's one of the best movies he's ever seen.
I might have to see that.
Nick Shager from the Daily Beast thought different.
Found a hater.
He says never coherently articulates its various concerns, proving a handsomely horrific vampire bloodbath that bites off more than it can chew.
Oh, God.
What a nerd.
All right, so he's alone.
Yeah, he's alone. I'm going to have to go see it this
Everybody was talking. I felt
this
like
week.
I never hear about people going to the movies anymore. And I was like, bro, this many people went to the movies?
Those people that went at midnight, like Thursday night, bro. It was that big of a thing. That big of a deal.
Zachary Barnes.
They had a huge weekend.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, it was a monster weekend.
But I mean, when is the last time you heard like a lot of people going to the theater?
Yeah, like Barbenheimer was really
honestly.
Yeah. The Barbie Oppenheimer thing.
Not since then do I remember people going to a movie theater like and talking about it a lot.
Well, you won't go if you watch. You read Zachary Barnes from the Wall Street Journal. He says the great sin of Sinners is that for all the audacity of its conception, it finally collapses into the familiar. Those are the only two critics that have negatively reviewed it. The rest, everybody else loves it.
They were just trying to be different, Rosa. They don't really.
I tell you this, though, I did just want to mention that because I have not seen a buzz about. I can't remember the last thing I remember where people were like, not only is this amazing, you've got to go see it in the theater, was Top Gun Maverick. And I actually did go and watch it in the theater, and I was glad that I did. Because, it was a plane movie. Like, I mean, that movie was better in the theater than it would have been if you were watching it on your TV at home. Most are.
Yep,
but for whatever reason, this one has specifically been called out as, don't wait for video.
Yeah.
You need to go experience
You need to go see
this.
the 4K
All right,
IMAX.
damn.
Joint.
Okay.
Yeah, I might have to do that this week at some point. But last night, so I was chilling last night, and before I went to bed, I was like, I need to watch something. Like, I'm not tired. So I go on Amazon movies, and I just scroll through. I see this basketball movie I've never seen before. I click it. It's called The Sixth Man. Have you seen this?
No.
Have you seen this, Roser?
Who's in it?
The Sixth Man. The opening scene of the movie, bro.
Hang on.
And I almost turned the movie off.
1997, Marlon
1997.
Wayans.
Yeah, don't read the plot because it gets.
Oh no, dude! I've seen this.
You've seen this movie?
Yes, the dead guy.
Yeah. So the first scene of the movie, bro, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna turn. They're dribbling, playing basketball as kids. Kid comes out of nowhere, LeBron style, bro.
Okay.
Blocks the shot. Ball flies out the window.
Okay.
And dribbles down the street. I said, okay, I know this movie's probably terrible. I'm like, okay, I'm locked in though. I love terrible movies. 15 minutes later, brothers are on University of Washington basketball team together, having a good time. One of them's a star player of the Washington team, about to go to the NBA, top draft pick. Okay. He's on a fast break, gets the ball. He dunks and just dies. And I said, oh, no.
Yeah. I'm starting to remember this movie. I've seen this, yeah.
Like a heart attack?
Okay. Yeah,
this is a comedy.
Is it a comedy?
Okay. So you
the
turned it
movie's
off?
a comedy.
No, I
The
kept
movie's
watching.
a comedy. Yeah,
I kept watching.
it's a comedy.
Okay.
I was like, you know what? I can't just. I mean, he just got serious. I got to lock in. And the apparently the dead brother becomes the ghost for the team. That's why it's called the Sixth Man. So that they play their next game, they like lose a bunch of games in a row. They come out one night and the ball's just like flying around like magically. It's because the brother is out. I'm like, what is this shit?
Yeah. He's
And the
like
brother helps
he's out
them
there.
lead them
He's
to the
helping
national
them.
championship.
He's like a ghost, and he's out there
He's
helping
a
them.
ghost. So
Yeah.
like it was like down the stretch, one play. It was like they need one bucket to win. And the brother's like, I got y'all. So the ball just like flies around.
The ghost of the dead teammate?
Yeah.
He flies around and they like win the game on the buzzer.
Yeah, it's like Angels in the outfield for basketball.
And it's so bad.
You remember Angels in the outfield? Yeah.
That's just so bad.
Yeah. Except basketball.
But the brother led them to the national championship.
Yeah, they won the
went from
national
being
title.
A French bubble team, Vernon.
I am going to say that the Sixth Man has a...
All right, well, hang on.
I'm going to say it has a 12% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Marlon Wayans.
Without looking.
You know Marlon Wayans?
No, with just your description, I'm going to say 12%.
You're wrong.
What?
From the critics, 23%.
Oh, wow, I was low.
From the audience, 58%.
Wow, I was
Because
low.
of the dead brother thing, bro.
I was low.
You can't be an asshole when a dude's
Yeah,
brother
you can.
dies.
For sure you can.
The way he died, you can't be an asshole, bro.
All right. 23.
Shout out to Sixth Man, bro. Y'all go tap into that.
Roger
movie.
Ebert from the Chicago Sun-Times, rest in peace. Presumably, the Sixth Man is intended to appeal to basketball fans. Is there a basketball fan alive who could fall for this premise? I'm not talking about the ghost. That's easy to believe. I'm talking about the details of the game.
Okay. Do you have one? Did you watch anything or no?
No.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back and knock out the last ones on the other side. Chris Vernon Show.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Double your chances to win all month long in March with two big promotions. On Fridays, embrace the madness and win a share of $150,000 in cash and free play. On Saturdays, starting March 8th, go for the gold and win your share of up to $10,000 in cash and free play in the 80K Fool's Gold giveaway. Enjoy live entertainment all month long and play for your chance to win big in March only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 or up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
I never in a million years would have ever thought that John Cena's final run would be as a heel.
I love it.
I love it.
Once they saw this from The Rock,
they knew it. Everybody knew it except for Cody, which was so good.
Great camera work by
And then the
WWE.
kick. Yeah, I don't think WWE gets enough credit for the camera work and the production quality. I mean, it is incredible.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
We touched on this earlier, the panel here, about what really has been the mainstay of the Grizzlies, and that's Jaren Jackson Jr. Tripp has just been awesome.
He's posting guys up. He's stronger than he's ever been. He's physical, and he's scoring all type of ways.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
Outside with the G's and the homies. OG fresh out ducking the police. White t-shirt, locs on, riding dirt trick. Don't talk.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. Let's knock the rest of these out. Oh, we've been waiting the whole time to talk about this one. Number 7, WrestleMania.
Boo.
All right. What?
Bro, that shit was,
Oh, you didn't like it?
it was DeMar DeRozan as hell, bro.
Okay. So the Rhodes and Cena thing, they screwed that up.
Good 87.
No, they screwed it up. That was not good. It was not a good solution to it. The Travis Scott thing made no sense.
You can't have the.
It was all very goofy.
The
and
headline being John Cena breaks the record because of Travis Scott does not. That is not.
No.
That is not. You can't have Travis Scott being the reason why you break Ric Flair's record, bro.
It's going to look back.
that's
We're going
lame.
to look back at it, and it's going to be looked at as a blight.
Yeah, lame.
This is not a great moment in wrestling history, except for Wade Barrett talking about how it was one of the most disgusting things he's ever seen in a wrestling. I mean,
I agree. I agree
Wade
with
Barrett
Wade
was
Barrett.
hilarious.
I agree
He
with
was
Wade
great.
Barrett.
Becky Lynch coming back was cool.
Yeah.
That was fine.
That's true.
Logan Paul and AJ Styles was decently entertaining. Again, I'm just viewing this on a entertainment thing. Like, I've got it on. Am I having fun watching this?
Yeah.
And so I'll give that one a yes. I loved Randy Orton's mystery opponent being, I believe in Joe Hendry. And then Joe Hendry doing the whip around into an RKO might have been my favorite thing that happened on WrestleMania weekend. That was amazing. Like, truly amazing.
I saw the videos online.
Yeah, that was
I
funny.
believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, that was dope. He squashed him, but it was dope.
Yeah.
It was dope.
And then we have, yes, it was a squash. Dominic, Dirty Dom winning shocked me.
That was a shocker.
Shocked me.
That was a shock
because
for everybody, not just
Braun
you.
Breaker was supposed to win. Is that
Like,
right?
everybody thought Braun would retain, and they thought Finn and Dom would square off in the ring and kind of not go off and fight themselves.
Yeah.
But Dom winning, bro, was
Yeah.
like a legit shocker, bro.
And Dirty Dom is a good character.
Oh yeah, but
He's
now
a good character.
Now he's about to be a babyface. You hear the crowd?
I know. They started to like
Crowd
him.
loved him.
I know. That was tough.
So shout out to Dom. Man.
I didn't care about the street fight with Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre.
Never have.
Is
never
he still
will.
Zesty Taker?
He's still the
Yeah.
Zesty Taker.
Io
Freaky Hot Topic entrance,
Hey,
bro.
I loved the Io Sky Bianca Belair Rhea Ripley. That was great. That match was amazing.
Great match.
The women's triple threat title match.
Yeah, it was great. EO went the way EO won was amazing because
yes,
because it
flipping
was always,
off the doing the moonsault or whatever it was off the top.
We need that Rhea Ripley Bianca feud though. I need that bad.
Yes,
because they are the alphas. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Rollins beating Roman Reigns because Paul Heyman turned on his tribal chief was amazing.
He turned on Punk first.
I was literally surprised. That's when you know it's good. Like the main event on Saturday night, like me and William went crazy.
The double cross?
Yes, the double cross.
Yeah.
When he crossed and then punched Roman Reigns from behind after all these years, making everybody acknowledge the tribal chief.
Bro, when
for
he
Paul
did that
Heyman, it's so
when
dirty.
he did that to Roman Reigns,
So
he was
dirty.
like,
He like moved
yeah, but
the
he
low
started
blow
like
too.
moving his arm with it. It was like
he didn't just low blow him. He like moved it and wiggled it. I'm like, God
Paul
dang,
Heyman's
Paul.
amazing.
Shout out to the low blow, man.
Amazing.
Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair was fine.
It was decent. It was decent.
It was fine.
Tiffany Stratton got a chipped tooth. I love it.
Yeah, I don't care about El Grande Americano, and neither did the crowd.
Nah, there were some people were still mad.
I thought
about
that was
it.
going to be good.
Yeah, we're still mad about
Jacob Fatu beating LA Knight. I missed this match. Was
because
this good?
I'm a Fatu guy, bro. I love Jacob Fatu.
Okay, so I missed that.
I love Jacob Fatu. He's gonna be a world champ. But I mean, if you were just a casual fan, like it was.
Yeah, and I missed those other ones. I missed a couple of those other ones. I missed the New Days one.
You didn't miss nothing.
And I missed the Jey Uso Gunther one too.
As a match, it was mad because I still don't understand how Jey Uso tapped him out by a sleeper hold.
But they did the yeet thing.
Still weird
for
to me.
20 minutes.
They didn't yeet that. It wasn't actually that long of an entrance.
okay.
But the match was alright. But like, I'm just happy for Jey, man. Jey Uso getting his shine. He deserves. He's been a tag team wrestler for so long. Get your shine on, Jey Uso.
The best thing, the one we will remember is the Paul Heyman. Honestly,
Paul Heyman
Saturday night was the best one, and I'll remember what happened on Sunday night, but I'm not gonna like it.
No, the Paul Heyman turn was the big thing. I thought Saturday. I told somebody this about Saturday. Saturday was an overproduced Raw for me.
Okay.
It was a Raw that was like overly produced. The Jey Uso thing was fine because everybody knew that was coming.
Yeah.
And then the main event was the main event, but like, it was.
So tonight is the Raw after WrestleMania, so this should be good.
And the way John Cena talking, he said, "I'm going to reset wrestling tonight."
Oh,
that's what he said. I'm going to reset wrestling tonight on Raw. So we will see.
He can't hardly move anymore.
He can.
He
It's
can't.
so
You can see
weird,
it too.
Nah, he
man.
can't hardly move.
I know he was trying to like do like I'm the heel thing, so I'm gonna do my moves very, very slow.
No,
but you could tell
you can't have a great match with him.
You can't have a great match. But I will say, bro, the Cena entrance with the blacked out,
You like
just
that?
my name with John Cena, and I'm gonna walk. I'm not gonna look at y'all. I'm gonna walk with my head down, and you're gonna have to look at this towel. I love that. It's just something about that eerie John Cena. I love it.
He's only 47. Like, that's not.
Dude, why did The Rock never show up?
So that's my biggest issue about WrestleMania.
Why?
I don't think there's
They
a
had used him to build up the Cody thing.
There's not a why now, but I think WWE has an issue, bro, because this is the second time this has happened. This is the second time where Rock's involved himself in the storyline to build it up, and The Rock just not be around for the crescendo.
No sense.
Yeah,
I was sitting there waiting for him, and then because Stone Cold came out before the main event, and it was stupid.
It almost killed a poor lady.
He did, riding his four-wheeler.
Did you see this?
Thing.
No.
Yeah,
bro, he was either drunk or something.
He
bro.
ran his four-wheeler.
Probably drunk.
He ran his four-wheeler into the wall, and this lady fell down.
Did he hit a lady in the back with the four-wheeler too?
It was crazy.
Stone Cold was.
But I don't but it also made no sense.
Yeah,
he just came out for no reason, just so people could be like, "Hey, that's cool."
Yeah,
Stone
he did
Cold's here.
he read the little card about like the attendance for the 2 days.
Yeah, that was
Like,
stupid.
They did that thing with Stone Cold.
Yeah, that was-
but Rock,
it was
bro,
dumb.
Rock.
And then they're like, "Oh, now let's drink some Steve Weisers." And I was like, "All right."
But like the Rock,
I thought you
bro,
were gonna do something.
You can't do this 2 times in a row. This is the second time he's done this.
Yeah, The Rock could not be the fact that he's the reason.
Look at your shirt. Look at the back of your shirt.
He's the reason John Cena.
The back of your
turned.
shirt. Look at the back of Vernon's shirt. It's The Rock, Travis Scott, and John Cena, bro. And 2 of those dudes were there last night, and one of them was in Hawaii. Why?
Is he filming a movie?
Yeah, but he knows when WrestleMania is.
Right.
Like, he was the reason, though. He's the one that did the thing to Cena.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we're at this point.
That's why everybody was so invested.
Yeah.
In the storyline. It was not because
That was lame.
I mess with Travis Scott, but Travis Scott taking 18 years old. If you have a run out, it's a run out to the ring. Travis Scott walked to the ring.
Yeah, that was lame.
Like, you can't have Travis Scott being the reason why John Cena breaks Ric Flair's
I agree.
record.
Number 8, Justin Thomas. First time in 3 years he won.
Okay, Justin Thomas.
Knocked out a huge putt, like a 21-footer on the last hole. where it looked like he might be headed to a playoff versus Novak guy. But it was super cool. I mean, now he's got a wife and kid, and since the last time he won, and golf, they caught some real breaks, huh? Because the Masters was unbelievable a week ago, and Rory won it, and now I can mention Justin Thomas, and even guys like Devin know who Justin Thomas is.
Yeah.
Justin Thomas is one of their big.
Was he number one in the world?
He's one of their most famous players and most likable players as well. And so it's good to see him back playing awesome and winning. He won his 16th tournament since 1960. 6 players have won 16 times on the PGA Tour, including multiple majors before the age of 32.
Wow. Dustin Johnson.
This is Justin Ray put this up.
Dustin Johnson did it.
No, he did not win 16 times on tour.
Really?
No. Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, Johnny Miller, Tom Watson, Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy.
Okay.
That's it. And now Justin Thomas.
You said it's before 32?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, DJ's won 24 times on the PGA.
Yeah. No, you have to win 16 times, including multiple majors.
Yeah.
Before the age of 32.
Yeah.
And so he joined Palmer, Nicklaus, Miller, Watson, Tiger, and Rory.
That's a nice little group.
It's we always have to put this stuff in perspective. Justin Thomas feels like, just like I was telling you guys with Jordan Spieth being 31.
Yeah.
They're like around the same age, him and
young.
Spieth. Rory's 35.
Yeah.
Just won. So it's like, it's crazy to think that in 4 years, they'll be the age Rory is right now. Like, they're still got a chance to be in their primes and win some more tournaments. All right, we're going to come back and knock out the last 2 on the other side. Chris Vernon Show.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With special guests 3 doors down. And Mammoth WVH. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Creed returns, the Summer of '99 tour.
Bane tries. Oh, yeah. Close. He hits and the Grizzlies have the lead. Yeah! Jared with a knockaway.
Good defense.
Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting.
Let's go.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals takes it straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Double your chances to win all month long in March with 2 big promotions. On Fridays, embrace the madness and win a share of $150,000 in cash and free play. On Saturdays, starting March 8th, go for the gold and win your share of up to $10,000 in cash and free play in the 80K Fool's Gold giveaway. Enjoy live entertainment all month long and play for your chance to win big in March only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 or up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
I never in a million years would have ever thought that John Cena's final run would be as a heel.
I love it.
I love it.
Once they saw this from The Rock,
They knew it. Everybody knew it except for Cody, which was so good.
Great camera work by
And then the
WWE.
kick. Yeah, I don't think WWE gets enough credit for the camera work and the production quality. I mean, it is incredible.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel. In honor of George Foreman, decided to do a pick six on 6 greatest heavyweight boxers of all time.
Number 4, my guy, Mike Tyson. There is no greater feat that I've had. Like if I had my Mount Rushmore of things that I've accomplished in my life, the very first time I beat Mike Tyson in Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
Just be cool. Throwing dead presidents. Look alive. Party is the evidence.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. All right, let's knock this thing out. All right, so number 9, and this update of the story that we did last week about Nico, I'm Oliva, Tennessee. Sounds like all-time bag fumble.
Yeah.
Getting less money to play for a worse team at UCLA, but
PJ Haggerty's learning from him.
this is what is super fascinating. Dude, that Haggerty story over the weekend that he wants
Crazy.
$4 million.
And to play point guard.
And to play point guard.
That's pro stuff. That where it's like
Hey,
you're not.
buddy.
If you're going to play in the
Okay,
NBA, you need to show
so
you can play
did
point guard.
No. Tennessee has it. The reason I'm bringing up this Nico thing.
Yeah.
Tennessee has a chance to do something truly hilarious.
And take the UCLA quarterback. It'd
Yes.
be awesome.
Yeah, just swap.
Joey Aguilar.
Yeah.
Did you see that he had 7,200 yards and 61 touchdowns the last 2 years?
Yeah.
At App State. That's
Yeah.
not some kind of.
No.
That's not fun.
That's not like doing it at Delaware.
Nope.
Or whatever.
Yeah, he's
playing at App State. Who's good?
Yep.
Dude, if they got him cheaper than Nico and he was like, that would be just what
Hilarious.
So he left App State to go to UCLA. Everybody can talk about like how the transfer portal and everything works now, and I guess these kids are learning about capitalism pretty quickly.
Real quick.
I mean, because good grief.
Yeah.
Imagine that you leave your teammates and you go to greener pastures. You're going to play in a bigger brand of football. And next thing you know, they go find somebody better than you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So now he's got to find a spot. He's got to find a spot.
It
And this
would
kid
be
is
funny.
This kid is evidently really good.
I saw those numbers too, and I was like, huh.
That's what he can hoop.
7,200 yards and 61 touchdowns is a lot of production.
That's a lot of, especially on the college football though. Hell yeah.
Be funny for them to do that. It would be funny if Tennessee did. Also, shout out to Tennessee. Rick Barnes got a big commit over the weekend. 5-star kid.
Because that could just be a trade. Hey, they should have just traded.
Like they're gonna start having transactions.
Just wait till they start doing that in college athletics.
Trade
Yeah.
Joey Aguilar for Nico.
I'm gonna trade you a future
Yeah.
first round pick. By the way, we got some news on the PJ Haggerty front of where he
okay, let me hear it.
possible destination.
Yeah, let me hear it.
They said he might go down the road.
Ole Miss?
Ole Miss is coming to play.
Oh, really? Well, that would be annoying.
Jeff Goodman reported that.
Okay.
Wow. Well, they got money. We know that.
But my question to you is,
And he also helped beat him.
Yeah.
He did.
My question to you,
did we get handshake lined?
We might have got a handshake line.
We handshake lined the rest of our conference, and Ole Miss handshake lined us?
Our actual players. Do
Yeah.
you think that they pay him $4 million? That's
No.
my question. Do you? Think
I do not think he gets $4 million.
that $4 million?
No, good grief, no.
Okay.
I don't think he's getting $4 million.
$4 million is OD.
I mean, that is extreme.
Yeah, that's OD.
That's extreme.
Yeah, it is.
That's OD, bro. That's reading Twitter.
He
way
is an
too much.
awesome player, but I mean,
is.
good
You ain't worth
grief.
$4 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 10 tonight. All right, so we got 6:30 tonight. We got Knicks Pistons. That's game 2. Game 2s are always unbelievable litmus tests for how the rest of the series is going to go. That game was close, the first one, and so a lot of times you don't see. Then the second game becomes less competitive. If the first one's close, and look, you got to hang on to this if you're a Grizzlies fan. And if the first one's a blowout, then the second one usually becomes more competitive. But a lot of times, if the first one's close, then both teams are making real adjustments, and then the second one becomes less competitive. I'm going to hope that's not the case in the Knicks Pistons. And then Clippers Nuggets. I will be surprised if the Clippers don't bounce back.
Yeah, me either. To that point you just
made.
2
good games.
The point you just made. So last year when they played the Pelicans in the playoffs,
yep,
they won game 1 by 2 and won game 2 by 85 points.
Yeah.
So